Those acts of kindness, big and small, are our moment.
It's our moment.
That's our moment.
It's gonna be a lot different for you now, hey?
Be brave.
Don't be such a chicken squat.
Legends are made every day.
Hey, you guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you, yeah.
Hello.
How are you? Nice. I guess, is this our Christmas party, I guess?
Well, I'll go get the eggnog then.
Oh, please. The purpose of the moment. I feel like everyone has a different sense of what the moment is there for.
I mean, to me, it's just always been this really nice, humbling reminder of our humanity. I don't know, all these wonderful, little, marvelous, sparkly, connective bits of tissue that make life.
We are the Park family, and last year we built a tow rope and a ski hill in our very own backyard.
Usually the joy in tobogganing is going down the hill, and now the joy in tobogganing is going up the hills.
This Calgary family's pandemic project to build their own tow rope put the rest of us to shame. Theirs became the backyard to hang out in.
We were actually quite amazed at the response. We weren't expecting it at all.
Yeah, it was fun for us to hear from people from all over the world. A lot of people commenting on how Canadian it is.
The Toronto couple behind this good idea were also relatively desperate for a good time this past year.
We saw it as a way to just get out and enjoy ourselves, have a little fun, and do it while not breaking any rules.
Your pick for number 9 goes to the ingenuity of Jacob Leo and Lotte van Gelderen to find a way to dine out when we couldn't dine in.
We had a lot of people reaching out, friends, family. You're in the news. Fun to put a smile on people's faces during a time when we couldn't really get out and do much.
No egg is the same. Everyone is unique.
You surprised us with how quickly and enthusiastically you liked and shared Pysanka artist Kathy Wright's passion for her Ukrainian culture. Many of you sharing your own stories about creating the intricate eggs with your family or passing on the tradition to others.
My great aunt taught me. She was taught by her mother before and her mother before that.
Wright says her phone blew up after her moment on the moment.
I think what surprised me the most was just how many people reached out, commented, direct messaged, and I've already started creating my collection for Easter 2022.
Number 7, a moment in the cold got very hot very fast.
There's some aggressive ones, there's friendly ones, there's cuddly ones, there's mama bears, baby bears. I had honks, I had thumbs up, people waving. It puts a smile on somebody else's face, so I just kept on going.
Winnipeg's Venora Bennett was apparently onto something, and this is where we started noticing a pattern in the moments you liked. So many stuck at home, connecting with those who found ways to bring a little joy.
Venora, it's Adrienne. How are you?
Good. I'm waiting for it to snow. I had some people in the community come around and ask me about the snow bears again this year. It's just really nice to put a smile on somebody's face. I think we all have gifts that we can use to cheer everybody up around us.
An angel by her side, all the times I knew we couldn't cope.
Speaking of gifts, Elaj Balde's stunning skate on a frozen Alberta lake last winter had Canada and the world collectively saying, wow.
Feelings close.
Oh! The first time I saw a black skater skating in front of me, Maxime Billy-Fortin from Quebec, and it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. It shifted my perspective on what figure skating could look like.
I know it's not the top 10 stories of the year, but it's our top 10 moment, and you're up there. And I wonder what does that tell you about Canada right now?
People were wanting to see something different. People were ready to experience joy. People were ready to see figure skating in a way that hasn't been done before. For me, on a personal level, to me, it kind of reflects what my year has been like. You know, it started with this, shooting a video out of nowhere and then posting it, the video going viral, and then my life completely changing. And so making it into the top 10 means a lot to me. And yeah, I think it's really special.
For us, this moment was always intended to be about a moment in time that needed a closer look, that tells us a bit of who we are. So when this country lost its great Canadian son in Alex Trebek, the moment clearly belonged to him. The day his final shows aired, we left the last word to him.
Once before I go, I want you to know.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for spending the time with us. We'll see you again next week.
Number 4, what a shift in mood and what joy in your choice.
1,000 doses, I felt that something a bit bigger needed to happen. You know, we thought, let's up the ante a little.
Canada was so ready to celebrate alongside this small Toronto pharmacy when they hit the first big vaccine milestone. That excitement might feel a lifetime ago now, but that was the beginning of getting us out of this.
We just try to lift people's spirits up, and we hope to continue to do this. Look for our 5,000th dose celebration. It should be good.
It took us 5 tries to get them to actually move.
And number 3, which is pretty striking because it wasn't that long ago. But here's the thing, kindness in the face of loss is a Canadian hallmark. You do it and you salute it always. So when young men rushed to save animals from the BC floodwaters, it meant a lot.
We went around them with our boat. Once the first one started swimming, then the rest just followed. They had to swim maybe 10 feet and then they were on shallow ground again. I had a lump in my throat the whole time, so my emotions were pretty high, and I own horses myself, so they're kind of like my kids.
Today I'm emotional that it's been 15 months, and today is the first day COVID-free.
If only your number 2 choice was the last word on COVID. It was mid-June, and the Toronto General Hospital was celebrating.
Walk through and pick up your booster juice. We can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
They could see the end of the tunnel, and we will again. That you all wanted it to be so speaks to what this year has taken from us. And so, maybe what you saw in your number 1 choice is the best of humanity at what can feel like the hardest of times.
Can we have 2 gold?
Possible. It depends if you decide on the champions.
2 competitors deciding to share the Olympic gold medal in high jump. Who does that? Sharing the glory, the hugs, the unbridled happiness. All of it seeming to make the moment a bit of a wish list. You chose wisely, Canada. Your moments are our moment tonight.
One of the things about this feature on The National is that it's also a moment in time. It's just a reminder of all the things that we've been through as a country, right?
You know how in bookstores there is the bestsellers and then there are the staff picks?
Well, my staff pick actually does include a book. This is Suzanne Simard, who is a UBC forestry professor.
I started getting all these emails and texts. Did you know you're on Ted Lasso? And I'm like, who's Ted Lasso?
And there's this scene where one of the coaches on that program quotes a person talking about trees in a forest.
We used to believe that trees competed with each other for light. Suzanne Simard's fieldwork challenged that perception, and we now realize that the forest is a socialist community.
So we did it as a moment. And the reaction I know personally that I got on Twitter from people who were just so, like, first of all, she has a huge fan base. I didn't realize that. How many forestry professors do? And the fact that she was celebrated on Ted Lasso, and Amy Adams is going to play Suzanne Simard in a
Come
movie.
on.
At least.
I just can't stop thinking about that poor woman in Dartmouth, Betty, I think her name was, who ordered like a bajillion toasters.
Oh, yeah. When I had ordered 2 toasters, when my 2 toasters showed up, it was 222 toasters. It was a bit of a shock. And I called our supplier and they said they couldn't take them back.
She posted on social media, as one might reasonably do, saying, hey, I've got a bunch of toasters. I'll even slash the price for you.
And there was people waiting at the door at 9 a.m. to buy toasters. I'm like, what? And they just like a train all day long, coming and going for toasters.
She sold out in no time because not only did people look at this poor situation, this poor woman, and think, I've got to help her out. They bought them so that they could donate them to other people and just spread the love.
So the moment that I would choose is Frankie.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, little Frankie Whalen in North Vancouver.
Yes.
Who fell fast and hard for the bagpiper.
Halfway through winter, dead of night, little Frankie appears in a hockey jacket with a hockey stick. But I could see his fingers moving and his foot was beating to the music, which was great.
Does it make music? And just when you play it, you do the hand like this.
I just love listening to this little guy. He's so enthusiastic. I love that a little kid would reach out to the Lonsdale bagpiper and make him his new best friend. So
yeah,
I didn't expect it. And that's what I love about the moment, right? It's these things you just don't see coming.